How's it going, Odin Shows? And today, it's Brave here. We got a plus 12 Floodgate. I'm gonna be walking you guys through how I did this. So here we go. We got the pull timer counting down. Now on the first pull, we're just gonna skip between the shredder on the right and the pack on the left, and walk just in between them pretty easy here. Really important that you don't pull anything extra. Now while you gather these up, if you're a squishy tank or you can't move fast, you're going to be hitting back a whole bunch. You really want to be probably using a defensive. Now the shredder is going to do a frontal, so you got to make sure you're always being aware of that, facing them away from any of your teammates. The surveyors are priority kicks for anyone else. You can once they start their channel, you can stun them as warrior, or you can get one kick on one of them. But there's going to be multiple kicks. And that's about it for this pull. You just continuously make sure you watch the surveyor beams, get the kicks out, and make sure you're facing the shutters away from your teammates. Our next pull here, we're going to do a triple. Here we go. We're going to jump on these guys, grab them, charge into the architect, pawn in the loaders. Grab the far pack, making sure we're kicking the surveyors. Once the surveyors are kicked, we'll just walk right in, looking to stun the loader bots on their channels. And then that's about it for this pull. This pull is a pretty easy pull. My next pull here is another triple. I like to try and wait for this to pat as best as possible. It's not ideal to have it on all the way to the right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the other mobs. Hopefully they start walking back over. But I was going to wait, but we pulled it anyway. So it's better if they're over to the left. Not a big deal. Now what I'm doing here is I'm watching this bomber here and his reload cast. If you never let this guy reload, you'll never have to deal with those big orange circles that one-shot you. And that's all there really is for this pull. You kick trick shots, stun, reload. Easy peasy. Got stuck. This song slaps. It's the big one. For this boss, it's pretty basic. He's going to do an electro crush. You need to use a defensive. As a tank, as a DPS, you're avoiding the blue swirlies and the sonic booms that are aimed at you. As a tank, you obviously don't get caught in the sonic booms either. And then always make sure you interrupt the little ads, and then once you kill all the little ads, he goes into a big damage increase phase. try and line up your CDs with that if you can. Don't hold CDs from the start, but if you can line some up, it's best to line big damage CDs up with the increased damage taken phase. Yeah, I know. Just because it dropped, I don't know. I feel like if you can't play, I don't know, Macaulay's like unironically harder than Disc play, and that didn't used to be the case. It used to be the opposite, like Kelly was the easy peasy, like fun, good. It's really fun being really strong, like. Mama's mad. Fuck mama, man. Piece of shit. This pack's pretty basic. I let my healer get a little mana. I can reflect the first blood bolt. And then that's pretty much all there is. On Warp Blood, your healer needs to be doing a lot of HPS. Just be careful, maybe use defensives. The next pull here is going to be quite large. I let these pad up the stairs so I'm not taking unnecessary stacks. If they're all the way at the bottom, you may as well just take the pull. Here I'm charging in, getting aggro, making sure I hold threat. Once I got threat, I'm going to go ahead and pull in these loaders, these contractors. Make sure I get threat on the contractors, holding aggro. Trying to watch the reload here. I didn't quite get in there to stop it. I'm gonna cast one more RPG. Not the worst thing, you can just walk out of it pretty easy. Contractors don't really do much, just make sure you got your active mitigation up, should be fine. I need this spell. Here we're flying over to the target. Gonna go ahead and do a nice little pull. Run into the architect, get the scaffolding killed. Once you kill the scaffolding, it's really easy to double this, even triple with bombs. I recommend tripling and using lust here. You can pull a bunch of shit just by standing near the edge and taunting over. Like you see me there, I taunted over. Easy peasy, got some more bombs coming. Got a bunch of bombs here. Realistically, you just need to make sure your DPS don't kill every single bomb at the same time, and they don't do anything. After this one, I'm doing VAP's fine. I just want to get my fucking claw from this week. Do you have symbols? Okay. I don't know what I was doing. Here, this can be a bit of a scary pull. Just want to make sure you maybe use a defensive while you're gathering all this stuff up. You pull everything up here and you're watching the kicks on the surveyors. That's realistically the only thing that can wipe you is the surveyor beams and facing the frontals away from your group as a tank, and then as DPS you're watching the saw blades and kind of moving around. That's about it for this pull. You just make sure you face the frontals away from your team. Don't die. Now this boss here can be a little bit tricky. Just want to make sure you get threat. And then basically you're not doing anything until bombs come out. You want to try and focus the big guy a little bit. He has a lot more health than the little guy. Now when the little guy jumps away, I'm always going to bring the big guy into a spot like this. You see me moving him in a direct line with all these bombs. Lining up all these bombs with the big guy. That way our DPS can get as many bombs as possible with one charge. Here I say I don't need to get any bombs with the last charge. Let's bring him back to the little guy. Easy peasy. And then let's just rinse and repeat from there. If you have any leftover bombs, you're going to go ahead. I'm going to use that last dispel there to get the leftover bombs. Again, the little guy moved away, charged him. I see a pretty good lineup with the charge to the left there. Our healer went to the right, not a big deal, still a good lineup to the left. There's the charge to the left, and then there's should be like one bomb left, and I'm just gonna go ahead and grab it. Grab the bomb, charge back the little guy. Easy peasy. Avoid the big orange circles on the ground. Got this spell going out. Smooth.
I think we're gonna push once next to the bomb. Let's do it.
So for this pull, I pull the rest of the bombs and an architect. It's debatable, you could pull the 6 divers in the middle, but I like to pull this architect because it's pretty easy. It can't really kill anyone as the diver mines for DPS aren't locked in. The diver mines can kill DPS real easy. Here I'm pulling 1 pack of the kelps along with the last of this bit of architect. If you're really hurting for time and you think you need to make up, you can double the kelps, it's not a big deal. Doubling kelps isn't hard, but it can be scary and risky.
Hot diggity dog.
Here we go, onto the old Swampface. Swampface has a nasty tank buster that you're going to want to have a defensive up for every time. And then the general rule of thumb is, for everyone when the big line comes out, everyone just goes left. And the way I do it in my groups is, I'll ping the spot for everyone to go and we all kind of go there for the blue swirlies. So they come out, I ping over to the left, We're all going to go over here and we try to dodge together. It's really important that you maybe just assign one person to dodge and you all follow him. That way you don't wind up pulling each other into death. And again, and it's basically just rinse and repeat. DPS probably want to do defensives during this phase with the blue circles and the balls rolling through. And then you really just want to try and dodge together.
Yeah.
No, I suggest trying to skip bubbles if you can, but I don't have a way. So I'm going to go ahead and tank bubbles. When he puts bubbles out, what I like to do as a tank, I can defensive, and then I can walk through the bubbles if I think they're in a problematic spot. Otherwise, skip bubbles if you can skip him, play him if you have to play him. As tanks, you should probably defensive or have people immune and pop bubbles. But other than that, it's pretty simple for bubbles.
Who here hates bubbles? It's crazy that this game.
On this pack, there's only one interrupt, so you just want to make sure no casts are going off. That's about it for these.
Fuck bubbles. Bubble seems chill. Nah, he's a pain in the ass. Seems so pain in the ass that he only plays on high keys. Champions of Class World Series and Dragons Yeah. Or one fishy boy. He's an asshole. He's a giant fucking asshole. Put that in the fucking... There you go. Fishing.
On the packs with the big guys, you gotta be really careful here. They do a big tank slam. Just want to make sure you're probably rolling through defensives on the double here. Making sure we're really getting the interrupts. You don't let any interrupts go out on DPS.
I'm glad to see you contribute to the war effort.
Likely kill them in higher keys.
How's it going, man?
Here we got the double jump starter guys. They do big tank busters. Just want to make sure you're rolling through your defensives on the spark slams. Dodging the swirlies on the floor, not taking any extra damage. And that's about all you do.
What up, Henry? What is it? How's GEEZE going? Terrible. We completed like 4 more rounds, so hopefully we're timing this one. Not good now. It's the end of the week, and then myself included making a mistake. Holy smoke. Hopefully we got this.
This boss can be a little tricky as a tank, mainly when the leaping spark comes through, and it can be a little scary. Basically during this phase you're always avoiding, no big deal. Dodge, 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 easy peasy. And then he's going to do a big tank buster, and you're going to want to have pretty big defensives up for it. Pretty big defensives for the tank buster here. Spell block's really good as warrior for it. Here I always try and take the closest little circle for my leaping spark so I can get back into position. Get him back into sponges. He's going to do a thunder punch. I'll get myself into the wall. Got defensives up. Healing myself with impending victory. And then it's just reset, repeat from there. If you get unlucky with the leaping sparks, there's a wall on the other side of the platform. But as far as I know, there is only those 2 walls that you can get knocked into. And you really don't want to get knocked into any puddles because you'll probably die.
Yeah, find them. At least Rafi presses the rest button really good.
What's up, boys? Thanks for hanging out and watching the video. If you learned anything, leave a like and a comment, and don't forget to subscribe.